I am going to show you how to make iconic Rajmah, Punjabi Rajmah in your Instant Pot using this jar of sauce, my Punjabi Masala. It makes life so simple. Come on, let's go. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do from soaking the Rajmah, the kidney beans, to actually making it in the Instant Pot. The first very important step in making Rajmah or kidney beans, curried kidney beans, is soaking your beans to a certain extent. Why is that especially important with kidney beans? Well, they're known to have anti-nutrients, basically nothing that's going to negatively affect you, but there is a level of soaking that is recommended. So you're going to be able to pull out some of those anti-nutrients in the water, even if it's 10 minutes of soaking, and you can drain that all away. I like, if I think about making this the night before, I'll soak them overnight, 6 to 8 hours in room temperature water. You can use boiled hot water if you remember to make this curry at the last minute per se, and then you can throw in hot boiling water from your kettle, and you can soak them for an hour at the very least. You pretty much get that same amount of soaking that you would get from room temperature water and overnight. Now, what you want to do with this water is you don't want to cook with it. You want to drain it away and then give them a nice rinse with some fresh cold water, and then they are ready to go. Your kidney beans will essentially double. So this is 2 cups of kidney beans soaked, which will become about 4 cups of kidney beans, and then you're going to cook them and soften them up even more. Now here's our mise en place, all of our ingredients in their rightful place. We start with our recipe, which you can find on my website, indianasapplepie.com. And we just go down the list of ingredients. We've got 2 cups soaked of Rajmah, red kidney beans, super simple. They are drained, they are ready to go, yay. We've got oil or ghee. I use grapeseed oil. We need hing, which is asafoetida, which is right there. We're gonna need some cumin seeds, which are right there. We've got cinnamon stick, cloves, as well as a black cardamom pod. That's what that looks like right there. We've got tomato puree, and I show you how to do this on my website where this recipe is as well. It's just a tomato that is grated on a box grater, the large whole side, and then you grate it. Get rid of the peel. That's pureed tomato 1, as well as some tomato paste. I like that because it adds another color component. It becomes a little deeper, the curry, a little deeper red, but also just a deeper taste profile. It's really good. My Indian is apple pie Punjabi masala, super easy to get your recipe going with this masala. It's a curry starter. I call it my magic sauce. This way you don't have onion, ginger, garlic that you have to cook together, add with turmeric, and make into a paste. It's already done. So the turmeric is actually right here. It comes out of my jar of Indian as apple pie Punjabi masala. Very simple, throw it in a bowl, it's ready to go. Or you can chop and grind all those other ingredients on their own and then cook them together if you would like. We've got green chilies, Thai green chilies, garam masala, amchur powder, dried green mango powder. Really nice because it adds an elevated taste profile to this dish that's going in the Instant Pot. We've got coriander powder, and then we've got red chili powder, which is a really hot version of cayenne pepper. You can use cayenne if you want. And we've got salt. All of these ingredients, and then we've got water, 3 cups. You don't need as much when you're cooking in an Instant Pot. And all of those ingredients together are gonna go in my Instant Pot. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it to make the best, most amazing tasting Rajmah on the planet. We are now ready to start cooking. We wanna hit the saute button, and we wanna take it from normal to more. So hit it again, there it is. And that number that pops up, the 30 minutes, really only just means that it will automatically turn off if for some reason you walk away by accident and forget about it. So after 30 minutes on saute, it is going to turn off for you. That is a safety mechanism that the Instant Pot has built in, which is great. Saute happens without the lid. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for this to hit hot. That will take a couple moments, but the idea is here, before we get into all of that, for me to explain that I'm making this recipe in a 6-quart, but it can fit and be made successfully in a 3-quart. But I just happen to want to make it in a larger one, just to show you, because I think most people have the 6-quart Instant Pot. So just keep that in mind, that if you have the 3-quart, these 2 cups of kidney beans, I almost said chickpeas, of kidney beans can be cooked successfully in the 3-quart. That is good to know, because that just means that you can make more in that smaller Instant Pot. I've tested all of these recipes out successfully several times to be absolutely sure that you can indeed successfully make them in those sized Instant Pots. That's what's so great about my new book, The Instant Pot Indian, is that you can pick which size you want the recipe for of Instant Pot. You can actually modify, these recipes can be modified to be made in all these different sizes, and I've done all the legwork and the testing for you. So this is about to hit hot. I'm going to go ahead before it actually does, just for the sake of time, throw a little bit of oil in here, about 2 teaspoons. There we go. That is going to warm up, and not to worry, it is getting hot. And again, you can feel it coming off the top. No lid needed for the saute setting. So as that heats up, we want to go ahead and add in the asafoetida, the hing. Now, normally, if I was not going to use my Punjabi Masala, this isn't even open. Let's try to open that up. Anupi, what's up? You would need to add a little bit of turmeric, but we don't need to do that because that's in our curry starter or Punjabi Masala. You don't need a lot of hing, just a pinch. It is a spice we use to help with digestion, so it's a great idea to use when you are cooking beans. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put my whole spices in there. You wanna put them on the sides because the oil tends to pool towards the sides. And here's the cloves, and then we'll also put in the cumin seed. And you'll see the instructions in my recipe that say push your spices to the side so that they can better cook. Now, the way I'm cooking now may be a little out of order for my recipe, and it's okay. I just want to show you that you can change the order in which you add your spices, but you want to add them in the beginning in the hot oil so that they temper and so that we can show, or we can ensure that they release their essential oils. All right, so we're going to cook for about 30 seconds. It's been a little bit more than that, not a worry. We'll go ahead and add our tomato and our tomato paste at this point. So you see that moisture that pops up. That's all that moisture from the tomato puree. And that's fine. Just be careful. Let it heat up again a little bit. And then we're going to put our paste in there. There we go. Don't worry, I'll mash that down in a moment. And then I like to put my fresh chilies in at this point. See how easy this is? And look, if you make rajma with different spices, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, these spices will get you authentic Punjabi style rajma in no time. It's really good. There it is. It is now heating up really well. And then what we're going to do is add in our Punjabi Masala. So I just wanted to show you, I grabbed a jar of what our Punjabi Masala looks like. You can get it from my website, or many Whole Food stores now in the Midwest carry it. If yours doesn't, please ask them to bring us in. It really is going to make your life this much easier. Look how easily I did the hard part of making rajma is the onion, ginger, garlic mix. And I just did it like that. How quick was that? Twist a jar, open the jar, let Anupi do the work for you. I did it all for you. Heat, heat, heat. And I'm just reading my instructions to make sure I listen to myself when I make my dish. I want to now add in my powdered spices. That's your garam masala going in. This is the coriander powder. This is the red chili. If you don't want to use that much red chili, don't. It's okay. The amchur, the salt, and we'll give it a stir. You are now finished with the saute function. So we're going to go over here to our panel and we're going to hit cancel. That is your way out of anything. Boom. Now we're gonna get ready to pressure cook. So we have to start with the rajma, the kidney beans. So let's add them in. There's a little bit of water in there, that's okay. That's after I rinse them a few times and a little water pooled in there, but it is clean, fresh water. That is important. Once you soak them, you want to rinse them really well to make sure that anything that they've soaked in is rinsed off. So that was clean water, not a worry. So we've got that in there. We're gonna put 3 cups of water in now, a little less than you would if you were gonna cook on the stovetop or in the slow cooker, because it enables you to really lock in flavor in an Instant Pot by using a little bit less water for your beans. But also, here's the thing, you don't lose water with it evaporating because your pot is completely enclosed. So I found using less water helped with really just kind of tightening up the flavor and making it really punchy, and it's really, really tasty and really, really good. So see that? So we're just gonna give it a nice stir. I'm gonna scrape the bottom of the pot to make sure, and obviously we have a lot of liquid in here, so it's not as much of an issue, but just to make sure doubly and triply that nothing stuck on the bottom, we've got it all off, because that's the easiest way to get a burn warning. Now, typically, when you're cooking beans and you have this much moisture in your Instant Pot, you're really not going to worry about getting a burn warning, but you know, you never know, and I think it's a good idea just to scrape that pot, make sure that pot is deglazed and that there's nothing stuck on. Now we're gonna put the lid on. Here we go. Super easy to do. As soon as you put it on, it's gonna make a little noise. Just wait until it kind of sets in this groove here. Turn it clockwise until this handle hits this handle and they line up. And then I've got very clear instructions in my recipe, so make sure you read it really well. Number 7 says, lock the lid into place and make sure the pressure release valve is set to the sealing position. What does that mean? This is your pressure release valve. This is where all the steam comes out and is released. You wanna make sure it's up here, it's not down here, because that's how it releases steam. You want to keep it up at 11 o'clock. I hope you can see that well. 11 o'clock, just like that. And then you know it's good. All right, so we're going to leave that up there. You check it every single time you cook, because if it is not there and it's down, then you will not be able to successfully pressure cook. All right, so we've got that in place. Now we want to go to our panel and program it to cook. So I want to hit pressure cook. I could go to bean and chili, press that button, and let's just try it. With one button, it'll cook for an hour, but I don't want to do that. I want to cook for either 35 minutes according to the recipe, or for me, I've now been cooking this a little bit longer, 45 minutes, so that's what I want. So I'm going to hit pressure cook The minute I hit pressure cook, you're gonna see another button go off. So I just want you to watch this panel, okay? So pressure cook is going on. You've got a more and a high, right? That's your pressure level, the high. The more means nothing. That only corresponds to saute. But the pressure could be low, it could be high. You want it high for beans. And then let's figure out the time. We want this to cook 45 minutes. There it is. It's now programmed. You're gonna wait. We got the beep and the signal that it's on. Now it's going to enter a mode of warming up. The warm up on this recipe is gonna take at least 17 minutes. So keep that in mind whenever you're cooking with your Instant Pot to get dinner on the table. It is fast cooking, but it doesn't mean that it's magical, right? So you need to go through this process of warming up. That'll be 17 minutes. We're gonna leave it just like that. It will automatically hit cook for you for the 45. And then we'll come back after it's done and check on it. This is now the moment that we've been waiting for. We have let our rajma cook for 45 minutes. And then it just sat for 10 minutes. What that is that is a natural release time, meaning it gets to sit in its own internal steam that's been built up in this pot for 10 minutes. We let it sit. It's 11 just because we've been chit-chatting. And now we're going to manually release the steam. This is where it gets scary for some people and myself as well. This is your steam release valve. Remember, it's locked in position up, but when we push it down this way, we will open up the vents and the steam will come out. You want to keep your hand to the left so that you don't get burned. And here we go. And we're going to continue to let it just splatter a little bit. If you want, you can get a towel and just lay it over the steam as well. I didn't do that very well with one hand. That's okay, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna be okay with just letting it kind of fizzle out on its own. And notice this valve here, it'll drop when it's ready for you to open up the lid, and it's safe to open the lid up. Okay, of course we have somebody coming in the front door and the dog greeting them. Just as I'm shooting the video, but I have to shoot this video so that, oh God, so that I don't have to make this recipe again. We've been eating it for the last couple weeks because I keep making it over and over again. Okay, watch, it's gonna happen soon. See how the steam, it gets a little lighter. Watch that valve. It's gonna now go down. It's gonna happen, I promise. I'm not lying. It's gonna happen. See? And now it's completely safe for you to open this up. Oh, and before we do, let's hit cancel. Boom. So that way, that's done. Let's open this. And always put your lid right here in this groove so that you don't have it sitting on the counter. Let's give this a stir. This is our rajma, beautifully cooked. Look at that. Look how amazing that looks. We're gonna stir it, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our cilantro. And then it's gonna be ready to be served. You can leave the larger spices like the cinnamon stick and the black cardamom in, or just take them out and discard them now. If they stay in for flavor, that's great. Just know that your guests know to eat around them. And if not, you can take them out right now and get rid of them. The cloves are in there. They dissolve, so I just leave them in there. So amazingly good. Make this, folks. Make this weekend, this week, today, tonight, tomorrow morning, whenever, but make it. Remember, check out Indian as apple pie. I made this rajma with my own Punjabi Masala sauce, which you can purchase on my website or at select Whole Foods. Whoops, why am I covering the label? There you go. But check out the recipe on indianasapplepie.com. You can search Instant Pot Rajmah, Rajmah, and you will find this recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye.